Okay, so there's a 1 mile stretch that seems to be the main tourist area, but I think maybe there's hotels all the way around this island. I'm in Larnaca, Cyprus, and I'm on the way to Israel, but I wanted to show you what people are doing on this and kind of give you an idea what to expect. The sun should be breaking loose from this cloud here. It's already up, but it's behind that cloud, which is pretty big. We have a few people coming down here for morning dips. I seen a man with scuba gear, not scuba gear, but snorkels and fins. And this is a medieval castle. So there's about a 1 mile stretch, and the sun will be kind of behind my back most of the way here. So that's the reason why I started out. It's only about, say, 7:30 in the morning. But you can see there's a pretty nice boardwalk. They have chairs all the way along here where you can sit. Some sort of observation point out there. There's a girl that came out here that was taking a big selfie. I don't know where she went to. Maybe she went out in the water. But generally, it's a very pleasant place to walk up and down. I will say that there's groups of men that will be hanging around drinking beer after sunset that are sort of nefarious looking, right? That's some sort of Arabic up there, I think, Al Sultan. But most of the signs are in English. So, but you have a lot of people walking the beach, and so this is a morning walk on the beach. It's not, it's like Chicago. If you want to scare anybody, just say hello to them. It's not an exceptionally friendly place, but it is for Europe. Probably extremely friendly for all of Europe, as Europe is like one big New York City. They have some different exercise equipment, kind of like Ukraine, where you can go to certain spots and sort of ride bikes and do things like that. They have some bicycles that look like you can pick up, drop off. And this is a nice street. You can see a beautiful kind of cobblestone. It's not cobblestone, but it's really, I don't know what you want to call that. Square bricks, about 4-inch by 4-inch bricks. And, here's your next bikes. Oh, I love statues. If there's one thing that every city seems to always do is have statues. There's a big anchor. But this is a statue. One of the few that's not doesn't say anything in English. Almost everything is in English here. When I went to Iraq, they had a big lion like that inside Babylon. But as far as I understand, all the chairs you have to pay for to on the beach. I'll show you up ahead. It's really just one area where they're actually showing a lot of chairs. But you can see that a lot of this is apartments or condos or something. And it looks like people are buying these condos and then trying to make them their maybe kind of a winter place to stay. Although at about 5 o'clock in the morning, it was 45 degrees Fahrenheit here this morning. And that was pretty cold. And at that temperature, I was searching to find out if it was warmer in Israel. In Israel, it was 10 degrees warmer Fahrenheit. So 45 to 55, which 55 at about 5 in the morning is pretty nice. That means it's going to get warmer. See, over here you can see a sign that says apartments. And there's signs like this all over the place. It says apartments, and then but I don't really see anybody out in the balconies. I've never really seen anybody. A lot of these restaurants are really kind of closed, but it is December 2nd or 3rd. So you have a lifeguard stand, and the beach is well manicured. So I would say the beach is one of the better manicured beaches. And I don't know, you do that climate data search, Cyprus, and you can find out what is the best month to come here for a beach. That building up there kind of looks like an old slave quarters type building. They're usually thin and real long. And I feel that they had a lot of slavery coming through this area, but I'm not sure exactly where they got the slaves. Oh, these are really cool. I haven't seen these in a long time. What these are is kind of recycling bins, and what they'll do is they'll bring a crane and they'll lift this up and they'll dump it into the truck and they'll put it back down. So it's a really very efficient way to do recycling and stuff, or trash, because of the thing. But this whole thing comes out of the ground. Navy Marine. At the other end of this walkway is a marina with a bunch of sailboats. So you can see that there's a lot of balconies here, and again, I haven't yet to see hardly anybody sitting on the balconies. I would say this is one of the more like a tourist place with no tourists right now, but it's cold. Okay, so it's kind of a bad time to spend your money to come here because it's too cold. Out there, right, as I think Israel is right across the way, so is Syria, Lebanon, right across this waterway, not very far away. Here you can see some people jogging. There's some sort of children's play place, but you can see this girl's gonna work her way around. So it's kind of a walkers, joggers beach. Everybody in a mission to go somewhere fast. I don't know what they're doing really. I will try to tell you there's a sign up here that says rooms for rent next to the Tuck-In, Tuck-In. And that seems to be one of the most mom and pop type hotels around. But I could show you, I can try to read off the telephone number because, noisy. There's a sign up there. It says room for rent 24623-133. 24623-133. But it's the only, if I was going to live here or stay here for a long time, I'd start walking around and trying to find a easier pricing. I don't know what I'm staying in a $16 a night hostel, which is pretty rough. Tuck-In. So it's about 8 o'clock and things are slowly opening up. And if you can see, right by the time I'm going to walk another 10 minutes, the sun's going to start blaring down, which when the sun comes out, it's really nice. I mean, this area is really warm and thing, but in the afternoon it's really cold because all these hotels are shading the boardwalk. So the best time is in morning. That's why I came out, because I wanted the sun in the background. This is probably, I don't know what percentage of Muslim, Christian, whatever here is, but obviously there's a lot of, I don't know what you want to call this, but you see this says the meeting pub, Tuck-In restaurant bar, so room for rent. A lot of signs are in English. We have a KFC over here, Kentucky Fried Chicken, which I don't think they like you to call it that anymore. Love buses, a tour. And to me, the center of the beach is right here where they start the chairs. We were sitting out there at less than, they're there all night. Me and this Pakistan German guy were sitting there the other day, and it was just barely sunrise. And the lady came to collect money. I was laughing. But you have two or three, you have a Starbucks, I think, Friday, there's a Fridays, TGI Fridays, KFC, McDonald's. So you have a lot of the main chain. And normally when you have the main chain restaurants, that means it's a little more civilized. You can see the chairs out there right now. So I would call this kind of the center of the beach. And but there's a lot of places to sit and walk. So if you're going to walk casually, I think there's some public restrooms too somewhere here, which is a real problem for older people. They can't walk that far because they need to be able to find a restaurant. Normally McDonald's is one of the most stable restaurants on the planet as far as guaranteed services. Let's see what this sign's in English. This sign's mostly in Greek. Right here they're speaking Greek. they're not speaking English, but the lingua franca, the business language, for sure is English. I'm pretty sure that's a lifeguard station out there, and then you see all the chairs. I didn't ask them how much to rent because it's way too cold for me to want to lay in the sun. I did go over here and have a coffee at McDonald's the other day. Kind of a half kind of espresso coffee. They call it a Cyprus coffee. It was €1.60. No, €1.60. There's a sign up there you can see that says for rent. And, you know, there's vacancies extremely high right now. I can't believe that there's hardly any because they just have way too many rooms to be full. But this is a tourist place, tourist beach, and it's kind of interesting. I mean, I do like it. I mean, here is fine. I don't like the fact that the core thing seems to be Indian, Arabic. I don't know. I mean, most of the people that are working in the restaurants or places like that are from Nepal or India or Philippines or whatever. So it's not. I want to be in a. My dream is to be in a resort with Swedish people, Swedish girls waiting on me that are all going to university that live in a better lifestyle than me. I don't want to live in a resort where the people that are waiting on me and taking care of me came from a lower way of living than me. I got free internet up here at Cosmos, but I can't find out where Cosmos is. Okay, so somehow this is a changing house over here. And there's a big ship way out there in the water. But this is an ideal place for, I mean, it's an island, a pretty big island, I think. So all these little streets are sort of places to go explore. And on the other side is, I don't know, this is kind of a homeless guy right here. The beach might be named Fincudes. I can't quite understand. I would look for the name of the beach, but I didn't find any. But it's about a mile-long stretch. And you'll see signs that say city center that way. So, to me, the ideal place, if you're going to be a tourist, is between the Ferris wheel at the end here and this old fort, medieval fort down there, seems to be the ideal place. So, anything close to McDonald's, okay? And you can go either directions. And McDonald's is normally one of the best locations ever. They're very stable business. I'm not telling you have to go eat McDonald's. I'm just saying that coffee is economical. See, this Americano is thing, but there's they have Americano and Cyprus, which is kind of like like American coffee. The Cyprus is, I don't know, but kind of beautiful. Everything's well manicured here, but you go one block that way and it's pretty rough. One block inland. But the great part for older people, especially, they have these chairs everywhere. You can always stop, sit in the sun. And I come out to about right here all the time and just sit and do some people watching. Black clothing. Black clothing, to me, signals of, look for people with light clothing on, smiling, laughing, and your life will be better, okay? The body language is everything. What people exude is the colors of their clothing, the colors of the way they're looking around and talking to people, the way they're making eye contact. That is it. Wearing sunglasses, black clothing with the two big dogs is, to me, just evil. I think that's a lifeguard stand out there, but I'm not sure. I mean, I feel this is a pretty safe beach. I was watching a guy walk out in the water out here earlier, and it looked like it stays shallow thing. This is where they play beach tennis, and then over there, beyond the beach tennis thing, and there's a lot of people playing beach tennis. So if you're a big beach tennis place, you're in the right place. And then there's a marina, okay, which is pretty nice. There's a bus right here at Pizza Hut. At the Pizza Hut, you can get a bus to the airport, and I don't know how much it costs. And the driver doesn't seem to speak any. So far, I haven't been getting anybody that speaks English enough to explain me how often per hour they go. But this bus, you got to be hard. This sign here is about impossible to understand. But there's a sign over here. So 425 is arrow something. Bus stop kiosk. So you see a lot of the signs are dominated by English. But they're going to be playing, out here they'll be playing beach tennis really soon. It's warm in the morning, cold in the afternoon because the sun is, all these buildings put shade over the thing in the afternoon. We have your World Global Jehovah Witnesses, which are, they're basically one of the best marketing plans on the planet. There's a Pizza Hut over there. So the Pizza Hut is close to the bus stop. So if you want to know a marker, try to find the Pizza Hut, and that would get you to the bus stop right over here. I can jump on Cosmos, which I haven't been able to figure out where Cosmos is, but I got the internet that I can get on Cosmos. So this is about a mile stretch. Well, or just a little less than a mile stretch. And I'll walk up here to the Ferris wheel. So you got two landmarks here. You got the Ferris wheel on one end and the medieval fort on the end. So when you're on Google Maps, this to me would be the ideal place to bring your girlfriend, go on a 1 week sit by thing. Hey, somebody's actually up on the balcony here. But I don't know if there's any type of bar action for people. I don't really see that. But the sun's coming up, and they're going to be playing beach tennis. And there's like eight different places to play beach tennis. And then they play that bachelor or whatever you call it, that French game with the big steel balls over here. So it's kind of a retirement place, right? They're driving on the left side of the road. The electronic system is more like British, so the adapter's got to be real special because I just went to a hardware and bought an adapter. I do that in almost every country. The universal adapter I have is two 14-gauge solid copper wires that I bend over and I jam in the plug. But they're really tough here in the British type plug. I live down this way behind this Ferris wheel. And again, they got another statue over here. And it's a very pleasant place, okay? This goes down here to the corner and then turns left. Then to do it. But you can see that there's a Ferris wheel right here. I haven't seen it running much, but I don't come out at night, right? Because I don't really like the gang type guys sitting around drinking beer. They're all from, I don't know where they're from, India, Africa, somewhere. They don't seem, I mean, any group of people that's in groups can always be dangerous. And there's just really nothing I really want to see here. So I'm just stopping here on the way. I got a cheap flight with, British Airways for $400 from Chicago to this island, to Larnaca. And here, you can see that this is mostly in English. So don't feel any, don't feel nervous at all about the language. Larnaca is where I'm at. And, okay, I'm Andy Lee Graham. I'm here and you're not. Why not? I'm in Larnaca, Cyprus. It's December 2024, and I'm on the way to Israel. Just a typical tourist boardwalk, not anything. The weather's not warm enough, really. I mean, it kind of reminds me of Malta. It's not really warm. I haven't really ever been able to find any place warm like Florida is, somewhat, because the elevation, the latitude is much higher in Europe. But the Canary Islands is the only place I think that you could actually be still in Europe and actually stay warm in the winter. But cold-blooded Europe